Hi House Hunters, my name is Megan and I'm 31 years old.
Hi, and I'm Matt and I'm 32. I'm a global commodity manager for an international door company. In other words, I buy a lot of wood.
And I'm a former TV producer who left one creative industry and entered into another one. I've since started a business called Forever Yours Agnes, which entails creating jewelry for my grandparents' World War II love letters, copies of the letters. In fact, in this very necklace, in this particular letter, Grandma wrote Pawpaw talking about him marching home from the war, starting a life together, and buying their first house, which is exactly what Matt and I are doing now.
Right. We had to move to Charlotte for me to take a new job. And right now we're living in the Charlotte area. I use the term Charlotte area loosely. We're about an hour outside of Charlotte, living in the South Carolina sticks right now.
Yeah, and the belongings behind us are just a fraction of the things that we have out here in suburbia.
And in addition to all the things we've got in the garage, we've also got a slew of roommates and animals. So let's start off the introductions with my boss, Eric, who's depicted here by one of the drawings of his children. Eric has 5 children, by the way. We also have Rick, who's helping us film right now.
Hey, Rick!
You can see him in the mirror. He has 3 children. Between the 2 of them, they have 2 dogs and 1 rabbit named George, who's going to be running against Donald Trump for president this year.
It's okay. We can cut that part. Where do I go from there? Oh, yeah. And it was terrible timing, too. Matt called me just 2 days after a devastating death in my family and said, "We're moving to Charlotte." So he literally brought me down here kicking and screaming. I did not want to move to Charlotte. I've been fortunate enough to choose where I live. I've lived all over the country, but since we got married, there's this thing called compromise.
And compromise is where we've struggled on the house hunt.
Absolutely. We were actually in Charlotte, the Charlotte area, less than 24 hours when we put a bid on the third house. We were in the Charlotte area for less than 24 hours when we put a bid in on the third house we saw, and we got it. It was this beautiful English Tudor in the middle of the city.
Unfortunately, then the inspection came in. Our inspector didn't think the house was even insurable given its current condition. We would probably have to rewire the entire house and change some of the foundational boards out. I'm pretty handy, but that was more than I could take on.
I, on the other hand, was not backing down. I really fell in love with the character of this home and its old hippie owners, who we actually kind of fell in love with. But you know, we just had some major issues with it, where there were fights, there were tears, there were lots of cocktails, but ultimately we had to walk away from this house, and it's been truly a sore spot in our relationship ever since. And since the owners were so generous, they left us a bunch of furniture. So adding insult to injury, we had to bring home this furniture that had signs on it that say, "For Matt and Megan, welcome to your new home." All right, I say that's good. I can edit it together.